What's good, everybody? This is Otis here, and we've found out now that there's going to be 10 knives in Battlefield 4 compared to the 2 that were in Battlefield 3. What's very interesting, though, is we're only going to have 2 unlocked, and the other 8 seem like we're going to have to unlock them with the battle packs, because each of the pictures, once I go down the other 8 knives, after the first 2, you're going to see a little orange or yellowish package in the top right corner of the knife. And right now at Gamescom everything is unlocked, but once the game actually comes out, it seems like we're going to be able to unlock all the other knives with the battle packs. And so here we are. We got the first one, the AC B90 from Battlefield 3, so we got our flotation device. Alright, and the second knife we have here is the M9 Bayonet. Basically, I see myself pretty much probably only using this knife. I'm not a knifer in Battlefield 3, and I don't think I'm going to be a knifer in Battlefield 4, so this is probably for us people who just don't really like to use our knife, but yeah, you probably get to stick it on your gun, maybe you're out of ammo, and you might get that little extra long reach with your weapon. But that's the only thing I could maybe see the difference with some of these knives, is you might have some extra range when you're going to knife someone in the back, or if you're trying to do a swipe towards the front of them if you run out of ammo. Okay, the third knife we have here is the Bowie Knife. It's an older knife. I think it was around the 1800s or so it was probably made, but it's a little bit big knife, basically. I would almost say it's like the length of like a machete typically, sometimes maybe a little bit shorter. But as you can see, that little box in the top right-hand corner of the knife is the battle package or whatever. I forget what they're actually officially calling them, but that's it for the third knife. Oops. And the next knife we end up having is the carbon fiber one, and so basically the description is it's lightweight and quick, so it'll probably have the fastest attack for any knife. And the fifth knife we end up having is the improvised one. This is a knife that I could probably see where it's in the single player or whatever, and you have to, you know, make a knife for one of the single player missions or whatever. They end up making one, you gotta escape somewhere. So that's it for that one. Maybe it looks like a little bit longer than like your normal knife, but we'll end up seeing how much damage it does. Alright, the next knife up is the classic Machete. One thing that I was wondering about this knife is when the China Rising DLC comes out, because they've showed some pictures of it, and we have some jungle type warfare. So I'm wondering if you could maybe equip this knife, and you can maybe like cut through some bushes or some trees or something to go and make a new path. So that's the only reason why I would maybe see using this knife. What I would typically probably feel about this knife, it's going to do the most damage, but it's probably going to take the longest to swing. So we'll end up seeing what happens with that one. Alright, the next knife up is the Scout, and it says it's a Swedish knife, and so DICE being in Sweden, I guess just wanted to put a knife into the game, or at least a weapon into the game that was from their home country. So that's probably the only reason why this knife is in here. And next up is the old classic Shank. What I would guess with this one is you probably end up getting like detained or something in like a Chinese prison or maybe even a Russian prison, and you go and you get a Shank and you got to stab your way out. Other than that, I really don't see how this one could be put into the game, but we'll end up seeing. Maybe it'll be like high damage or like a fast attack type thing or something. But I don't know. It's pretty funny they ended up putting this in here. And the second to last knife we end up having here is the Survival. It kind of looks like the ACB. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that they have this on here. It's just kind of like a copy of it. It's just like a different skin, basically. But we'll end up seeing anything special about this one. And the second to last knife we end up having here is the Survival. It kind of looks like the ACB. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that they have this on here. It's just kind of like a copy of it. It's just like a different skin, basically. But we'll end up seeing anything special about this one.